Shopping Channel. This half hour in our Design for Living store, we're going to have Celebrity Corner. Welcome to Celebrity Corner, and with me for this half hour is a man who has been called America's most influential film critic, Roger Ebert. Roger, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. Yes.
Roger is the only critic to ever win a Pulitzer Prize. That's quite a coveted honor, isn't it, Roger?
It was a great day of my life. Yes, it was. Yes.
Do they just call you up like they do with those other awards and say, excuse me, but you have been chosen for a Pulitzer Prize?
It came over the Associated Press wire. I was in the newsroom at the time, and I found out that way. Of course, Gene Siskel claims it came addressed to my house, addressed to occupant.
Thumbs up on that, huh? Let's talk about your book, because this is something we're going to make available to all of you watching us right now. It's the 4th edition of Roger Ebert's Movie Home Companion. It's more than just reviews of videotaped movies that are available at your video store. It's so much more that you'll find out during this half hour. But right at the beginning, I'd like you to write down this item number and our telephone number. It's item number A806. And the retail price you'd pay in the stores would be $12, but STN's going to offer this to you for $8.95, and it's new. It's the current edition. You save 25%. If you'd like to order it, you can call right now, A806, it's $8.95, Roger Ebert's Movie Home Companion. Roger, how'd you get started reviewing movies? Was it something that you did as a kid and then you grew into it, or what?
Well, I started by going to the movies a lot when I was a kid, growing up in downstate Illinois. And then when I went to the University of Illinois, I was on the Daily Illini, the student paper, and I wrote reviews for them. Then I went to Chicago, where I was a feature writer for the Sun-Times, and when I was 23 years old, the film critic retired, and I got the job. So that was a big break for me, a real piece of good luck.
Well, did they know that you loved movies that much?
I guess so, yeah. I had done some movie coverage for them already before that time. I come out here to Los Angeles and interviewed some stars, reviewed a few films, and I was a film buff.
How many movies do you see in a given week?
I probably see about 5 or 6 for Siskel and Ebert, our television show. And I probably see a couple more at home on video. I look at video a lot. Down in my basement, I have a little video screening room down there.
Are those videos of current motion pictures that you watch that the people prepare for you, or do you look at the older pictures?
No. Gene and I only see, when we're reviewing films, we go to screening rooms or to theaters. We never see those movies that we're reviewing on video. What I look at on video would be older movies, movies I haven't seen or movies I want to see again.
See, now there are those who would think that's like a postman taking a walk.
Well, I mean, I love movies, and there are a lot of movies I haven't seen, and so it's really great to have home video so that you can go back and catch up on those films and do a little exploring.
Well, I have really enjoyed reading your book because it's so much more than just a compilation of movie reviews. First of all, I think I should tell our viewers that in here you don't just have excerpts from columns, as a lot of people would do with a book like this.
No, there are some other movie home video books that are very good, that are just one-paragraph entries of 19,000 movies, you know. These are full-length reviews, 800, 1,000 words on each movie, and there are about 825 reviews in there of movies that came out during the last 20 years, and in particular 150 movies from the last 12 months. This book is so new that some of these movies aren't even on video yet, and one of them came out the day that we're doing this show, and that's E.T. And so that's already in the book, and that's going to be, of course, the #1 best-selling home video of all time.
It was promptly sold out. You know, speaking of that, there was a time when you really didn't think much of watching home movies on a VCR on your TV set.
That's a good question. I've had a conversion. In the introduction to my very first book, I said that I was against home video because I felt that the best way to see a movie was in a movie theater, on a big screen, with great sound, and part of an audience. And that's true, except that I've since found that another way to see movies is on home video, because most people don't live near a revival theater. Most people don't get out to the movies every night of the week, and so home video gives you a chance to program your own movie going. In other words, to see a movie when you feel like seeing it and see the movie that you feel like seeing.
You used to like to go to those revival houses, but there aren't so many of those around anymore, but it's not because people didn't go, is it?
I think it's because home video has really been real competition for revival houses in many cases.
Isn't it
the big cities still have some.
Isn't it true, though, that some of the movie producers don't want to have those old pictures there? They want to put them in video form so people buy them as opposed to go to look at them in the theater?
I don't think so. I think it's more the case that studios were reluctant to keep an inventory of 35mm prints around the country for those houses. when they could make so much more money selling them on video. And so eventually the theaters found it was harder and harder to get the movies that they wanted to show.
You use a star system in your reviews, starting with, as in some cases, no stars.
That's right.
1 star, 2, 3, or 4. And I must be honest with you, I love to read your reviews, but I especially love to read the reviews of films that you don't like.
You really do?
Yes,
in other words, I have more fun when I'm attacking, right?
Oh, I mean, I'm thinking if I were a producer or a star, let me give you a good example. You were on The Tonight Show, and Chevy Chase was there. You and Gene had just reviewed, was it 3 Caballeros?
Well, it was kind of an embarrassing moment because Chevy Chase had been on before us, so he was sitting on the couch next to me because Gene got to be in the chair next to Johnny, so I'm sitting
Did you flip a coin for that? Or?
And we do it every other time.
I see.
You know. So Johnny suddenly asked me, which of the Christmas releases did you like the least? Now, this was a straightforward question. Now, I'm a movie critic. To be sure, it would be nice to be a polite guest on the Carson Show, but he had asked me a question, and as a critic, I had to answer it honestly, and the answer was, of the Christmas pictures I liked the least, the very worst one was Three Amigos.
That's it.
At this point, Chevy Chase says, looking forward to seeing your next film. He was a good sport, though. He took it well. And Carson said, you know, I didn't really expect that answer. And I said, well, I didn't really expect to get that question. It was a tough moment, but it was an honest moment.
You had to be honest about it. What kind of review did you give that movie?
I didn't like it at all.
Is it in the book?
It's in the book, yeah. We
How
can
many
look it up
stars?
if you want to. How many stars?
Yes.
Let's see, Three Amigos, T-H-R.
See, I had thought it wasn't in there. I looked under Three Caballeros. That's how memorable that movie was for me.
Or maybe it's not in here. Maybe it was so bad we didn't put it in.
That's what I'm thinking, because I looked under the, and I did not find it in your book. I looked at it yesterday trying to find it somewhere.
Now that is a...
Have you ever seen a tape of that Carson show where you did that?
Yeah.
Did you see what Chevy Chase was doing behind your back?
I know, yeah. I guess it was so bad.
It didn't make the book.
Come to think of it, let me see. 3, T-H-I.
It's not there.
I don't know my alphabet.
Trust me, it isn't there.
I'm still looking. I'm still looking.
While he looks it up, let me tell you how you can get this 1989 edition of Roger Ebert's Movie Home Guide. It's STN item number A806, and the retail price is $12. The STN price is $8.95. If you call right now, you can get this just in time to make sure you're more selective when you get your motion pictures. Not only does he give you the rating like G, PG, R, and the like, but he also gives you the running time. He gives you a list of who's in the picture, and he gives you his honest review of what it's about. And he pulls no punches. In one part of the book, Roger tells you that he has been accused of maybe giving more stars than necessary, a little too generous with the 3 and 4 stars. But as you go through this, you're going to find out he's not that generous. When he gives a movie 4 stars, he means it. If you'd like to have this, you can really get a lot from it, because there's much more than just reviews of the movies in here. You'll love the film clip section, and I'll talk to Roger about that in just a moment. That's where he interviews and essays about stars of motion pictures like Woody Allen, which was a tremendous one. Michael J. Fox gave me insight into him that I didn't know before, and I think it would any of the readers who buy this. He also has a discussion of the films that have been picked as the 16 greatest of all times, and follows this with his own picks for the 10 greatest films. And as I look through there, I think of the 16, Roger had 2 or 3 of those out of his top 10, which made the international 16 most popular movies of all time. You can call right now and order this, and it's $8.95. It's a wonderful buy, and I know you'll like it. And by the way, I said 4th edition. It's just not a rehash of last year's. Those movies which he has taken out, he also lists for you and lists the rating for them without giving a review, because so many new ones have come out that he can't do all of them and make the book get bigger and bigger and bigger.
But he does cover that. Bigger anyway, I'll tell you.
I guess it would be.
It's actually at $8.95. It's really a bargain, because this is a 900-page book. It's got about 800,000 words in it.
Including a glossary.
I told my publisher it's underpriced. This is the cheapest book per word in the bookstore except for the dictionary.
Are we